Hey y'all, thanks so much for tuning in to my video blog. I really appreciate it. I am going to be sharing in this video kind of the insight and a little bit of behind the scenes, so to speak, about my first novel. My first novel is titled Cowboys and Angels. It is available on Amazon, either paperback or Kindle formats. With this book, basically, I just wanted to share my heart behind a verse in the Bible, which is Matthew 7:24 through 27. In that verse, paraphrasing, of course, Jesus is talking about how if you're built in the bedrock, when the storms of life come, you're going to be okay. You might get pelted and hit a little bit by things, but you'll be okay. On the other hand, with being built in the sands of this life, the storms of life are going to come and you're going to collapse. So it's kind of like where you built type thing. So this book follows two characters who I tried to personify those two sides of that verse. There's Garrett, who's walking through the hardest season of his life with losing his fiancée in a motorcycle accident and just kind of walking away from his life for a season or two. And Savannah, on the other hand, who is rejected by her family for pursuing the Lord. And she is just pressing in more and just getting more sure-footed, so to speak. So with this book as well, I just wanted to show the redemptive power of what the Lord can do, because I've seen it in my life. Maybe you haven't seen it in yours, but the Lord can restore any situation. He can restore anything. And it's amazing when He does, because the things that come out of it are just amazing. So that's kind of the general theme of the book, is just about restoration and finding your way back to the Lord. Now, without a few people's help, this book wouldn't be as good as I feel like it is. I was very blessed with the community that I have here in Omaha, because I was able to talk to a grief counselor who gave me a very good perspective on grief that I didn't have so much before, with just a fuller perspective of what it looks like, and that's kind of what helped shape Garrett even more than what he was. Now, I also talked to a police officer and a fire captain for the accident scene that happens with Garrett's fiance later in the book, and without their help, it wouldn't have been as, realistic, and I wouldn't have known exactly what those people do in the accident scenes. Because with anything in life, like, we have an idea of what happens and what goes on, but without doing a little bit more research into it and getting more knowledge, we don't for sure know. And then I also have one of my really good friends, Joe, who was an EMT for years, and he kind of helped me to better understand the accident scene as well from that perspective. So within my community, which is really cool, the fact that I had people that I could reach out to and talk to about it, just that are so close to home that I didn't have to do anything else. And for me, it's better to talk to someone, because they can give you real life perspective instead of just reading something online and be like, okay, I think I get it. So I've had this book idea for a while. I have a lot of different book ideas, but this one kind of came to me earlier this year in 2017, and I had kind of worked on it before I went on my Nashville trip this past summer, and it was really interesting because I feel like I wanted to set it in Nashville because I wanted it to be like a country music type love story, but I wasn't 100% sure. So after I went to Nashville, I just really felt led to continue to set up this book and continue to keep pursuing it, and just continue to keep building it. And here we sit today. It's officially a book. You can order it, and that's really exciting for me. Now, the biggest challenge with writing it, at least for me, and I don't know about other writers, but I feel like they could back me up here, is just getting in your own mind too much. Now, I just have been hit with doubt quite a few times, like, is this book good enough? Did I really write a good book? All that kind of thought process, just negative, not good thoughts. Well, you can't focus on that when you write your first book, because it might not be the hit bestseller that you think it's gonna be right away. And I'm working on the second book right now, and I'm hopeful that by the time book 2 comes out, maybe book 1 has a little bit more, built around it, and book 2 just kind of continues it. And even outside of this book series that I want to work on, that more people will like the style of writing that I do and will just be inspired to maybe pursue the Lord for the first time, or resume the relationship they had with the Lord. So yeah, that's kind of the backstory of the book and where it all came from, and I really hope y'all will read it. I'll post the link down to it below. And yeah, I'm really excited about it. I think it's a great story. Maybe it's a type of story you've read before, but maybe not from this perspective or this, this viewpoint, or just written in this way. So I hope that you'll check it out. And yeah, thanks y'all.